Another 22 points for Mikal Bridges in Game 3, but his biggest contribution to the Knicks offense is that he just never stops moving. Let's roll some film. I want to start early on because it kind of sets the tone for what you're going to see from him the rest of the game. He works a pick and roll with Josh Hart and gets a switch off of James Harden and onto Jared Allen. But he doesn't just stand there under the rim so that Allen can provide help. He spaces out to the opposite side of the floor, and then he has a mismatch on Allen, who he just goes right by and then goes through Dean Wade for a basket. Next up, we've got a play where he's not even the actual target, but he makes it look like he is. He runs this cut back door like he's actually going to get the ball, and that opens things up for Brunson coming off the screen in the opposite direction, and he gets himself a layup. Then we've just got classic Bridges where he will sprint down the floor faster than anybody. And he's attacking the rim with much more force recently than at any previous time in his Knicks tenure. Right here, you can't really see it because of the broadcast camera angle, but he gets a little brush screen from Mitchell Robinson off the ball, then goes right into a pick and roll and negotiates his way to the corner of the paint and just drops a fadeaway over Jalen Tyson. Next, we get a really nicely designed out-of-bounds play where Bridges and Towns set a double screen for OG curling around, and then they set another one for Brunson, who pops out to the wing. Everybody follows those guys, so Bridges comes off a screen from Towns and gets himself a banker. Bridges set 12 ball screens in this game, according to the tracking data, and the Knicks scored or got fouled on 7 of them. And here's one where his movement sort of helps get a basket a few passes down the line. He and Brunson run a pick and roll and get switched onto Max Strus, and he spaces out to the opposite corner, and that gets the Cavs in rotation until the ball gets swung around to Josh Hart, who hits himself a fadeaway in the paint. Here he sees OG isolated against Jared Allen on the wing, and instead of standing up top and allowing Harden to provide gap help, he cuts himself through the lane and relocates to the dunker spot where he gets himself a free layup. More ball screen action here. The Knicks don't get the switch this time, but Harden loses track of Bridges and he gets himself another free layup in the paint. This again is just going to be Bridges outrunning everybody down the court. You can see at the time of the steal there are 2 Cavs ahead of where Bridges is, and he just beats everybody down there with incredible speed to get himself a fast break layup. Next up, we've got Bridges pushing the ball up the floor, gets into the lane, finds Towns in the corner, fakes like he's going to set a screen and heads back door instead, and Mitchell is just lost in space. Here we get a Brunson-Robinson pick and roll that gets iced to the side of the floor. Bridges looks like the outlet guy at the top of the key, but instead he cuts back door, and that opens things up for OG to drive the lane because he drags the help away with him. Another fast break here. The Cavs don't have good floor balance because Merrill falls down, but again, this is him just beating everybody down the court for a layup. This next one's really fun because there's a whole lot of off-ball movement from Bridges. He's getting this pin down from Josh Hart, but Sam Merrill topsides it, so he heads back door to the opposite side of the court. On the weak side, he exchanges spots with Landry Shamet to get Shamet into the corner, and then when Brunson drives baseline, Bridges cuts through the slot, and that leaves Shamet open in the corner for 3. Another one with a whole lot of movement here. Bridges runs the floor in the fast break and spaces himself into the weak side corner, but when Brunson comes up and gets the ball on the opposite side of the court, Bridges comes to the strong side and sets him a screen to get him a switch off of Max Strus onto Donovan Mitchell, which is a matchup the Knicks have been trying to get throughout the fourth quarter. Bridges then doesn't stand still. He spaces all the way into the strong side corner. Brunson has a lane to get to the rim for a layup. We get another Bridges for Brunson ball screen here. This one doesn't draw a switch, but instead Bridges slips down, penetrates into the lane, draws help, swing, and a little shovel pass to Bridges in the lane for a floater. All these little things, this is what Bridges has been doing throughout his incredible run over the last 8 or 9 games. Thank you for watching Last Night in Basketball. I'm Jared Dubin. Head on over to lastnightinbasketball.com and subscribe today.